What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for watching. So a lot of us Mark 7 owners kind of always complain about the clutch in these cars. Now, the one thing is, I'll tell you this. I love driving this car. It's super fun, but the clutch feel and engagement is just very boring. It doesn't feel sporty. It's very assisted. And unfortunately, that's kind of one of the drawbacks of the manuals in these cars. Now, I've had a few buddies and people reach out to me saying that if I take out the clutch spring in the car, it makes it feel much better. The shifts are a lot smoother that way. The clutch gets a bit heavier, so it feels a lot more sporty and raw. So in today's video, I'm going to show you which spring I'm talking about. We're going to remove the clutch spring, drive the car around, see how it feels, see if it's better, see if it's worse. The lucky thing about this is that A, it's a free mod. You don't have to spend any money. You just remove it. And then B, if I don't like the way it feels when I take the spring out, I can always put the spring back in and go back to the way it was. So in today's video, we're going to be removing the clutch spring in my Mark 7 GTI, driving it around and seeing how it feels. All right, guys, so I'm with my iPhone just to give me a little more room because my camera's too big. So obviously, here's the clutch pedal. The spring that I am referring to is right here. We're going to be removing this spring. A lot of people say that you need pliers, but I think I'm just going to try and remove it with my hand. It looks pretty simple. So as you can see, when you disengage the clutch, the spring retracts and it helps bring the clutch back up, but it gives it a very assisted feel. So we're going to be removing this spring and then seeing how it feels, and we're going to go out for a drive. So guys, that literally took 5 seconds. It just unhooks from the little bracket that's there. So this is the spring that I'm referring to, and this, goes up and then helps retract the clutch. So now it's off. So I'm going to disengage the clutch now and see what it feels like and give you my thoughts. So don't mind the Crocs, guys, just chilling, trying to be comfortable. But first thing that I notice right off the bat is the clutch is a little heavier. So I kind of definitely like the feel much better. The clutch absolutely does feel heavier though. It feels like, yeah, definitely more of a workout. So that's the first thing. And I don't see any issues with the clutch coming back up into my foot either. So that's a very good plus so far. I definitely got to drive it though to make sure it feels good. The biggest difference between my Mark 6 Sport Wagon and my Mark 7 is that the Mark 6 definitely has a better clutch feel. It's a little heavier. It feels a lot nicer. This one felt very assisted and extremely light. The best way that I could explain it is, and I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but when you're not used to a really feather light clutch, it feels like the clutch is not coming back up into your foot naturally, if that makes sense. So driving this car, I push the clutch in, I start letting out, and it just doesn't give me that force back up into my foot, like, right at the catch point where it feels good. Like, I'm kind of like still fighting to see where the clutch catches or not. So I'm going to go out for a drive now, see what it feels like, see if engaging the gears is easier, seeing if shifting is easier, seeing if I could drive a little bit smoother, because I can't lie, I've had this car for about, 3 weeks now, and it's been a little tough to get used to driving it still and shifting smooth. Like, my first to second's very sloppy sometimes. Second to third's okay, third to fourth, and then every higher gear is a lot easier when you're up to speed. But my lower gears, I'm definitely still having a little bit of issue driving smoothly. So let's see if that changes anything now. All right, guys, so I haven't even started the car yet. So I haven't driven it. I've been in the same spot from when I removed the clutch spring. So this is going to be fresh. Like I said, I haven't even tried to roll the car up yet. So we're going to start it up. Put on our seatbelt. And we're going to take it out on a drive and see what the car feels like. So you brake down. First gear. Okay, so already off the bat, first impression, clutch definitely feels like it's coming back into my foot a lot stronger than it did before. It actually caught me by surprise. It actually allowed me to get out of first gear a lot quicker than usual. So, oh no, this feels much better already. That was very easy. Okay. I don't even want to be like overly excited or exaggerate, but this feels 100 times better already, guys. Already this feels 100 times better. I cannot believe I didn't do this when I first got the car. It's only been a couple weeks, so it's okay that I've driven the car like this, but oh no, this is much better. First gear so easy to get out of now. Let's get over the bump. My biggest issue was first to second, and I think this already fixed it. Like, second to third smooth. Okay, if you have a GTI or a Golf R, you need to do this immediately. You have to. You have to take out the clutch spring. I mean, I have no words. The fact that you could just pull out the spring and the clutch feels 100 times better is... I'm actually at a loss of words. I'm glad I had a buddy tell me to do this who has a Mark 7 GTI. He told me to do it because I was telling him how bad the clutch felt in these cars. But nah, man, this feels... Yeah, 100% recommend. So I want to be honest, the higher gears feel pretty much the same when you're shifting into them, just because it's a lot smoother to drive in the higher gears when you're going from 4th to 5th or 5th to 6th. But the thing is, there's two main points that right off the bat are 100% different. Number one is lower gears. First to second, second to third, way smoother now. There's a lot more clutch feel. You feel a lot more in control. Number two, downshifting is 100 times easier now because it's easier to let the clutch kind of pop up into your foot, rev match, and go. So I'm just going to turn around here so that we can go back the other way on the road and do this again because, again, I am in complete shock that the clutch feels this freaking good in this car. So I'm going to give it a little rip. Let this car go. I'm gonna give this car a nice rip going down this road. A couple bumps right here. Oh yeah, guys, this this feels so good. Again, a little disappointed I didn't do this earlier, but I'm glad that I mentioned it to my friend. He told me that this is probably the reason why it feels bad. Now, I'm not saying it feels like better than other cars or whatnot. I'm just saying, though, from what the car started with the spring in to what it feels right now is a big difference, in my opinion at least. I definitely can tell that the clutch is a lot grabbier, I guess now. It feels just a little bit heavier, not uncomfortable, but a nice heavier feel, and the engagement of the clutch between the gears is just a lot smoother and a lot better. Downshifting is like, downshiftting is so easy now. Honestly, guys, you got to do this mod. I highly recommend it. All right, so that's going to conclude the video. That's a free clutch mod, guys. That's literally what it is. It's just pulling off that spring makes your clutch feel way better. Again, here is the spring right here. It is a tiny little guy. Camera's not focusing, but pull this off. Keep it just in case. At least in my opinion, driving manual for years, it feels much better. If you're a beginner, maybe you're going to like the super light feel that the spring gives the clutch. That's perfectly fine. If you don't like it when you take it out, you could just pop this back in. Not a big deal. You don't even need pliers or nothing. You literally just unhook the spring right off. Like right here is a hook. Right to the top, one to the bottom. Takes 5 seconds to put on, takes 5 seconds to take off. So I know I'm going to keep mine off. That's my opinion. Again, if you're a beginner, you might want to keep it on, or if you take it off, you might not like the way it feels, maybe a little too heavy for you, getting used to it. You pop it on, maybe later down the road, and once you're used to the car, take it back off. But my friend also mentioned to me I might be getting just a little clutch stop for the clutch so that it's not as long, because if you guys know Volkswagen has a very long clutch travel, so I might want to shorten it up just a little bit. So I'm probably just going to buy like a little clutch stop that he also recommended me to go along with taking out the spring. He says it feels a lot better while driving, so I'm probably going to be doing that soon. But anyways, guys, again, if you are more of an enthusiast, more of an advanced driver, been driving for years, and you don't like the way your Mark 7 clutch feels in your GTI, your Golf, in your R, in your Sport Wagon, pull out this little spring. You're going to have a better time driving. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.